Patriots at the Bills. Bills favored by 13 here. Bills, of course, they have to win out for anything good to happen. They could still make the playoffs, I think, with a loss, but they would need a lot of help. So 13-point favorites here at home. Bailey Zappi in the Patriots. I'm not doing it. Bailey Zappi and the Patriots playing better in recent weeks. Huh? Buffalo can clinch a playoff berth with 14. There are 14 different scenarios in which Buffalo can clinch a playoff berth.
And you're not doing it as reading them out, correct?
Scenarios 6 through 14 involve a Buffalo tie.
You're right. Yeah, we don't need to read those.
No, we don't.
I was just checking. Late December, Patriots Bills in New York.
What's the weather?
In Buffalo. I was like, that feels like a weather game. It's not, though. 36 degrees and broken clouds.
Don't be disappointed now because it's only Thursday. In Buffalo, lake effect. It could any time. It could be like 50-mile-an-hour winds and snow.
Still, the coldest I've ever been in my life was a December the 27th game in Buffalo. This game, way back when my parents lived in upstate New York. We went to the Bills Patriots. It was the game that was so windy that I was watching Randy Moss and Tom Brady warming up, before the game, and they couldn't stand 10 yards apart and throw the ball to each other. The ball wouldn't make it. This was before they moved the extra point back. Somebody almost missed an extra point short. Like it went up and hit a wall of wind and then just stopped going forward and dropped, and it just dropped over the line. They had those old aluminium bleachers, and you go up there and you think, well, metal things warm up once you sit on them for a while, right? But when they run the length of the stadium, they don't. They just suck the heat out of 60,000 people or however many people are there. So you go in and they're selling seat cushions. You're like, I'm not paying, $20 for a seat cushion. I'll be fine. At halftime, you're like, give me 8 of them. I'd take all the seat cushions that are available. Coldest I have ever been was that game. But this game's going to be 36 and broken clouds.
You can only just hope for some wind. You also have the game a couple years ago where it was 60-mile-an-hour winds or whatever.
Yeah.
Mac Jones threw 3 passes, one until the late fourth quarter. That was one of the most ridiculous games to watch of all time. Buffalo's had a lot of success against New England at home. Remember, one of the Patriots' 4 wins, though, was a fourth-quarter comeback by Mac Jones in New England against the Bills. Right? Why are the Bills sitting here with 14 scenarios to make the playoffs in Week 16 rather than just one? Because they lost games like they did earlier in the year to New England. So I think we all agree Buffalo is hashtag the team you don't want to play come playoff time, right? The team that's going to have a 6 or 7 seed potentially and, cause some damage. Or there is a path to the division if Buffalo wins out and Miami loses out. But the Bills just have to take care of business here against New England.
Yeah, just get over the line. I mean, this is the thing. In the last couple of weeks, they've had that game against Dallas where it looked like the number 1 seed type Buffalo Bills. And you're like, oh, that's a team that they could be as good as any team in the NFL if they play like that. And then the next game is against the Chargers with Easton Stick, and they barely get over the line in that game. And you're like, okay, they're both wins. They count the same. It doesn't really matter, but one of those teams is scary and the other one isn't. Now, for the purposes of just making the postseason, it doesn't matter. Just get the W and move on. And that's what this game's all about. It doesn't matter if they win by 3 scores. They clear the 13.5-point spread. They dominate. They walk away into the distance. Or if they somehow sneak it with a last-second field goal and they win by 1. Just get the win and move on. But it does sort of determine what you think about this team moving forward. Obviously they're a better team because they have both sides of the ball are functional, whereas New England, generally, it's only been 1 this season.
There's a lot of buzz around Bailey Zappi in New England.
Why?
Because he's been better than Mac Jones.
For a week.
Yeah. They're averaging 16 points per game with Bailey Zappi as starter.
Uh-huh.
But you would think it's better.
Yeah.
It was impressive. He played a great
was
game
really
against
good,
Denver.
but
Played
that
an
was
excellent
it.
game.
That was the first sign of life.
I mean, he's had some good plays the last couple of weeks. He was good early on against Kansas City. He's had some flashes even before the Christmas Eve thing, but he would just, had bad turnovers as well. He almost blew the Pittsburgh game and had a turnover in his own territory against Kansas City to set them up. It's been flashes, but still just didn't play a complete game until Christmas Eve against Denver.
Right. Bailey Zappi's PFF grades by start: 63.6, 69.7, 48.9, and then this 88.9 against Denver. Like, it's basically been one game. And now we're getting excited by Bailey Zappi?
It's all relative, Sam. It's all relative. All right, that's it for this game. Let's make a pick. Buffalo by 13 here.
Some in-depth analysis.
What else to say here? Josh Allen, by the way, has thrown 36 passes the last 2 weeks. Just one quick aside. I think forget it, the MVP stuff. It's just interesting to me that Allen is now like a hot name in the MVP race, mostly because other guys have failed. And it's coincided with 2 weeks where he's thrown 36 passes, including 2 weeks ago.
And one.
He called himself just like the guy that did nothing on the school project and got an A because James Cook carried the offense. And I'm not even saying Allen's played poorly or anything. It's just interesting to me. Allen I know he's got 5 touchdowns the last couple weeks, and he's had rushing touchdowns in the whole thing. But I do think that is good in the long run for Buffalo, finding other ways to win. I think the only chance Buffalo loses this is if James Cook keeps fumbling and, they turn the ball over. Josh Allen does his turnover implosion. But 13 is a lot of points.
It is.
Against the Patriots team playing a little feistier in recent weeks.
Yeah, I just don't have enough faith in Buffalo to buy into 2 touchdowns as a spread. So I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I wanted to take the Patriots. I'm thinking about the Kansas City game a couple weeks ago, this Kansas City offense where the sky's falling. They beat New England by 10, and they dropped touchdowns. Like, it could have easily been 3 scores.
Yeah.
So give me Buffalo.
The Bills have been the same.
I swear this is my 20th straight time I've taken the Bills with a 10-point spread, and it has not gone well in recent weeks.
No.